These are the key parts of the Microsoft Excel screen. At the top of the screen, there is an area called the Quick Access Toolbar, and on there you'll see a Save button, Undo button, and a Redo button. At the top of the screen in the middle, there's a title bar. It'll show you the name of the file you're working with. There is no file name at this stage, so Microsoft refers this as Book 1. And then in the upper right-hand corner, there's a Close Application button. You would use this for closing off Microsoft Excel. Below that, there's a Close File button. We'll use this later on when we're going to close off a file. Then lower down on the screen is an area called the ribbon, and the ribbon has different parts to it. There are tabs at the top: Home tab, Insert tab, Page Layout tab, and so on. Each tab has a set of buttons or command buttons. You'll see, for example, there's a group called the Font group. In the Font group, you'll see different buttons like bold, italics, and so on. This is an area where you go to change the size of your font. So all the command buttons are grouped into groupings. If you ever want to if you want to change the ribbon, let's say, for example, that you want to insert something into your spreadsheet, you'd go to the tab at the top that says the word Insert and click. That'll change the look of the ribbon. For example, here you could insert a picture, you could insert a chart, for example. If you want to do some work with data, like sorting data or filtering data, you'd go to the Data tab. So the idea is you ask yourself the question, what do I want to do next in Microsoft Excel? And looking at the tabs at the top, you go to the tab that seems to make the most sense in order to change the ribbon. You'll see in here there's an area for filtering data and sorting data. Most things you do on a routine basis will be on the Home tab, so I'm going to click back on the Home tab. So that's the ribbon section. And below that is an area called the Name box. It'll show the address that you're currently active in. If I were to click in a different cell, for example, it'll now show the cell that I'm active in. And then over to the right of that, this large white space is called the Formula bar, and it will show the content of the cell that I'm active in. You'll see in this case here, I just finished typing 1000, and that shows in the cell. Then the actual spreadsheet starts, and there are columns and rows. The columns have headers. They're alpha character A, B, C, D. And on the left-hand side are row headers. They're numeric 1, 2, 3, 4. Where a row and a column intersects is called a cell. If I were to click in cell D3, for example, that's column D, row 3. I'm now active in cell D3. And then finally, at the bottom of the screen are sheet tabs. You'll see sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. In your case, you may have more or less tabs than what I have. These are great for organizing things. I do a lot of things in Microsoft Excel, but one of the things that I do is I do my company's bank reconciliations in Excel. So in a case like that, I will have a file called Bank Reconciliations or a book called Bank Reconciliations, and I'll change the name of the sheets at the bottom to be called January 2015, February 2015, and so on. And I'll talk more about how you go about working with sheets later on in a different lesson.